Well, I got involved in the mining industry right out of university, and so I've been involved from auditing mining companies through accounting for mining companies to chief financial officer for precious metal companies to now CEO of a gold-based company. So I've been in the gold business my whole career, and I've been involved in various roles in the gold business, and I've seen it from a lot of different angles. It's a pretty neat industry. There's something intangible to gold that is hard to explain to the layman's person. Gold is an amazing metal. It's beautiful, it is sought after, and has been sought after for thousands of years. I was raised in a very traditional religious family, and I spent my entire childhood reading about gold, reading about the importance of gold, reading about how it's an analogy that's even used to anything that's desirable in many different ways. So gold is something that has been in the back of my mind since I was a kid. I've learned a lot of things. I've learned that in the short term, gold is very volatile. And in the long term, gold is not that volatile. It actually tends to maintain its value relative to other commodities and the value of those other commodities through long periods of time. So I think one thing that I've learned is not to be distracted by short-term volatility in gold, because it does maintain its value throughout hundreds, if not thousands of years. Well, I'm excited for the time that we're in right now in terms of the future of gold. I truly believe that we are the first generation that has the ability to turn gold into an effectively, efficiently, and transparent currency. No generation in the history of the human race has had that capacity before, and we do, and it's here, and it's now. And so I believe that gold is going to take a more meaningful role in the world going forward than it ever has in the past, and I'm excited to see that transition. And it is because of new technology. It's the new technology that is going to enable gold to be used in ways that it has never been used before. Gold has always backed government's money. It has never truly been, in and of itself, an easily transactable currency by itself without government intervention. This is the first generation that has the ability to take gold and use it as a people's currency and do it effectively, efficiently. I thought it was a great idea. In fact, I had wished I had started the business myself. And I think Bitgold is a tremendous business. They have thought about a lot of the key fundamental things required for it to be successful going forward, and they're delivering on that. I think Bitgold is going to influence the way the world uses gold, because right now it is jewelry, or it is a store of value or a potential investment, but the world has sort of moved away from it being a currency. Bitgold is moving it back into the currency column, and it's going to do it in a way that I believe is better than has ever been attempted before. And so Bitgold, I believe, will one day allow all of us to be regularly transacting on a day-to-day basis with gold, the dominant currency. I think the primary beneficiaries of gold as a currency and of Bitgold users are going to be a number of countries around the world, especially countries where inflation is high and governments aren't managing their balance sheets well, or aren't managing their own home currency well. And that's something that you see throughout time, is that different governments go through different challenging periods, and having the stability and ability to have a portion of your savings in gold and to be able to actually transact in it is and can be safer over the long term. And so I think what you're going to see is the beneficiaries are going to be different countries and different people groups at different time throughout the years. And I think it's something that, because of that, you never know when you're going to need it, and so it's going to be adopted by most people in all countries, and it'll just, different countries will adopt it at different rates at different times. So candidly, I don't really view gold that much as an investment. I view it as money. It's something that you can transact with. It's something that you can hold a store of value in temporarily until you figure out what you want to invest in. But fundamentally, I believe gold is money. So what drew me to Bitgold was how easy it is to use it. I'm embarrassed to admit that I'm the CEO of a gold royalty company, and I don't own physical gold at my house or in my backyard or under my bed or in my bank like some gold bugs do. It's just been so inefficient as a means of transacting that I haven't done it. I have a gold coin in my pocket that I carry with me to remember the importance of gold. I own shares in gold mining companies, but I've never actually owned physical gold. And when Bitgold came along, it took me 15 minutes to become an owner of physical gold sitting in a vault, and I can now transact that electronically, and I'm going to continue to use that system. Yeah, buying gold on the platform took me about 1 minute to figure out. It was easy to use, and it works. I have a prepaid MasterCard already, and yes, I will be buying my coffee with it. So there's one thing that I've learned about gold over the years is that it goes through cycles, and I've been in down cycles where prices have been low, I've been in cycles where prices have been high, and at the bottom you hear people say that we don't need gold anymore, and then various countries blow up financially, and we realize that, wait a second, there's a reason we've been using gold for thousands of years, and we always will continue to use gold in the future, and now we have the technology to use it in a more meaningful way. So I kind of chuckle when I hear people say that at the bottom, and there was an article recently in the Financial Post about how gold is out like bell-bottom pants. It's coming back in style. It always will. It always has. So up to this point, I've never seen a vehicle that has allowed someone to own or hold gold without having any storage fees, except for the old method of digging a hole in your backyard and burying the gold. This is the first time you can have safe and secure, efficient ownership of gold in a way that does not cause you to have transaction fees like an ETF would.